I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game, and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Talk about killing ants. Y'all know what ants are. I'm about to explain to y'all how we kill ants, because ants got to be killed. Killing ants is imperative to your success in life. I'm explaining to you exactly what that means. Say you just found out about me today, loving my work. That's what's up. Where'd you find me at? Where'd you find out about me at? I knew it couldn't have been Periscope because I didn't do a Periscope yet today. This is my first one today. So if you just found out about me, thank you. Somebody just let me in the highway at the same time too. So thank you to that guy behind me who let me in. YouTube, all right, shout out to everybody who found me on YouTube. Shout out to people following me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. My name, what's up, Jersey? My name is Dre Baldwin. I come from Philadelphia. I live in Miami. I am a professional athlete. What's up, Jay from New Orleans? Nick J, what's up, Nick J? My dude from Long Island. My dude from Long Island, B-Ball, told me about you, told you about me. That's what's up. Well, shout out to him and shout out to you since you followed through and found me. Am I going to be dropping more podcasts? Have you been on the podcast? You know, I put out 2 new episodes today. Podcasts will be coming out every day. There'll be new episodes of the podcast coming out every day. So anyway, professional athlete. I'm a professional speaker. I've done 3 TED Talks. I've written 7 books. I got 5,000 videos on YouTube. I'm writing more books. I'm doing more talks. I'm doing more speaking. I'm actually speaking tonight in Fort Lauderdale at a place called the Urban League of Fort Lauderdale. I'm be talking to the young professionals, talking to them about networking, people skills, building their brand, but not the kind of brand like an internet brand, but a brand like your brand as a person for the workforce, for getting in the corporate world or working or dealing with other people on a professional level. I'm gonna be speaking about that tonight at 6:30 in Fort Lauderdale, and I think they're gonna be periscoping it, not from my Periscope, but from theirs. I'm gonna get on and let y'all know where at. Y'all can find that. Y'all gotta follow my Snapchat though, because I might not Periscope and tell you, but I will tell y'all on Snapchat. So make sure you follow my Snapchat. I do have a podcast now. If y'all don't know about my podcast, just look up my name anywhere you listen to podcasts. Just type in my name, Dre Baldwin, or type in Work on Your Game. It's called the Work on Your Game podcast. That's where I talk about bulletproofing your mindset, selling yourself, branding, promoting yourself, and making things happen in life instead of being a victim of things happening to you or waiting for things to happen for you. That's my podcast, and those new episodes of the podcast will be coming out all the time. So make sure you are subscribed to the podcast, so every time I put something out, you can get it. You ain't even got to ask me if it's going to be new stuff. There will always be new stuff. All right, on Paris, everything I'm on, I'm always going to put out new stuff. You ain't got to ask. It's just coming out. Just assume that it is. If you don't see it, that just means I ain't do it yet, but it's coming. Podcast is going to be consistently new stuff. I recorded 2 new episodes today, matter of fact. So there'll be at least 1 new episode coming out every day. But anyway, let me get into what I came in here for, which is killing the ants. And the reason I called it killing the ants, all y'all know what ants are. When we was little kids, we used to step on ants, put a magnifying glass on it and kill it, make the ants fight each other, all kinds of stuff. And we know about ants coming and interrupting the picnic, coming into your picnic basket, or maybe even ants. When I lived in South Beach before, it used to be ants that used to always crawl under the door. So I had to start spraying ant spray all the time because damn ants used to come in from outside. But that's not even a conversation. What I'm talking about today is not the ants, the animal. I'm talking about automatic negative thoughts. That's what ants are. Automatic negative thoughts. You have to kill the automatic negative thoughts that happen to you in life. And if you think about it, you think about it for yourself. You think about it for anybody you know. Do you know anybody? How many of you know somebody that anytime something happens, no matter what the situation is, even if it's a good thing, they somehow, some way, always find a way to get annoyed or angry or pissed off, or a way to feel sad, or a way to feel like something isn't going the way that they wanted to go. Something isn't perfect. Any of you know somebody like that? No matter what happens, they automatically got some way to feel negative about it. They just come up with a way. They just manufacture ways to be negative about a situation. That's somebody who has a habit of automatic negative thoughts. And the fact of the matter is, every human being, almost every human being, has a habit of automatic negative thoughts. It's just some people use that habit. Some people have less control of the habit than others. Some people get caught up in automatic negative thoughts more than other people get caught up in automatic negative thoughts. But it happens to everybody. See, you get some news that you weren't expecting. Something doesn't go the way that you want it to go. A lot of people will think automatically negative. Like, damn, I lost that much money. Or damn, I didn't get that job opportunity. Or damn, I lost that client. I lost that customer. Or wow, something happened to my car. Or damn, somebody broke into my house. There are things that is no way that you're going to look around it, no way you can spin it or turn it or look at it from a different angle that you would say that this is a great situation. I'm happy that somebody broke into my house. I'm happy that something happened to my car. I'm happy that I lost my job. I'm happy that I lost $200 that fell out of my pocket when I was at the park. There's no way that no way you can turn and look at that you can be happy about it. But it doesn't mean, at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to have an automatic negative thought. And I'm explaining exactly how those work and how you can do something about it. Because one thing that I was talking about today, where was I talking about this at? I was actually talking about it on my podcast. If you're not subscribed to my podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, go and subscribe. Just look up Dre Baldwin. It's called the Work on Your Game podcast. You can't miss it. If you don't know what podcasts are, just go to dreallday.com/podcast. It'll take you right to it. And just start listening to that. It's audio is basically what it is. It's like the radio, but it's better. But anyway, even if it's something that you can't say, okay, it's good that this happened, because you can always change the way you look at something. One thing I was talking about in the episode that I recorded today for my podcast is this. There is nothing in life that ever happens that you can't do something about. You can do something about anything that takes place in life. Some people think there are some situations that you can do nothing about. Like, you can't do nothing about somebody dying. You can't do nothing about it being rainy tomorrow when you expected it to be sunny. You can't do nothing about the coach deciding that you're not going to get in the game even though you think you're the best player on the team. Some people think you can't do anything about that, but you actually can do something about it. If nothing else, one thing you could do about any situation is you can control the way that you decide to think about it. Now, let me emphasize a couple words as I repeat what I just said. And I want to emphasize some words so that people catch it, because people miss it. Sometimes they hear certain words over and over again. You miss it. You can control, emphasis, the way you decide, emphasis, decide to think, emphasis, think about things. Control, decide, think. You have control over the way that you think about anything. So even if something happens that you didn't want to happen, you getting married and it's raining, that's not something that you anticipated. You're not happy about it. And no matter which way, no matter what angle you look at the fact that it's raining on your wedding day, there's not a lot of positives you're going to draw from that. But you can control the way that you decide to think about it. And now the second part, decision. A lot of people go through their entire lives suspending and neglecting their ability, their opportunity to make decisions. When you neglect your opportunity to make decisions, first of all, you're neglecting leadership, you're neglecting responsibility, and you're neglecting power. And if you don't want to lead, I understand not everybody wants to lead. If you don't want responsibility, then you can't have power. Everybody wants power in some form. You at least want power over yourself. You want power over the outcomes of your life. If you don't make decisions, then you are foregoing power. Power is directly related to decision making. If you don't make decisions, you're not a person who likes to make decisions, you pass on decisions, you hem and haw about decisions, you take forever to make a decision, or you're just plagued with indecision, I know a lot of people like that, you will have no power. And if you don't make decisions, you have no responsibility, because what can you be responsible for if you never made a decision? Nothing. So you have to make decisions to be responsible for things, and the more things you decide to be responsible for, the more power you will have. Now, how does this all go back to automatic negative thoughts? What you have to understand is this. 85% of the thoughts that every single one of you has every single day are habitual thoughts that are unconscious, that you don't even know are happening. They're habitually happening every single day. You don't even know that they're taking place, and they're always happening. 85% of your thoughts, at least. The other 15% of your thoughts are thoughts that you're actively choosing to have, which means, like, right now, I might be talking about something that you never thought about before, so you're thinking about it because you're like, no, this actually makes sense. This is part of the 15% of thoughts that you have every day that you actually are considering. You're consciously having these thoughts. The other 85% of thoughts that are just coming in and out, all day, going round and round, and you're not even aware that they're going on. Now, how do you know what these thoughts are? How do you take control of them? Are two very good questions that I know you're thinking, so let me answer them. How do you know what these thoughts are? If 85% of your thoughts are habitual, then I think once you want to know what those thoughts are, if 85% of my thoughts are habitual, I want to know what the hell I'm doing with 85% of my thought power. And it's this. If you want to know what your thoughts are, all you got to do is look around at your life. Look at your energy on a day-to-day basis. Look at the people who are around you. Look at what you have in life. Look at what you don't have. Look at what you've done. Look at what you have not done. Look at your energies. Look at the way people respond to you, the way people feel about you, the way people think about you, the way people talk about you when you're not around. Those are a direct reflection of the way that you think. Everything that's in your life right now, everything that is a part of your life right now, whether it's something that you want, something that you don't want, something that you're happy about, something you're unhappy about, it is a direct reflection of the way that you think. Your life is a direct reflection of those habitual thoughts you're having 85% of your day, every single day. So, that being said, and these are automatic thoughts, right? Habitual, automatic, pretty much the same thing. Or they are in this conversation. Now, if you want to change those, because I guarantee every single one of us has some things in our life that we're not happy about. We have some things in our life that we think we can be better at. We got some areas for improvement. Let's put it like that. Not necessarily negative or bad things, but things that we think we can get better at. We all have things that we can get better at. When you get to the point where everything in your life is perfect, I want to meet that person. I don't know anybody who's ever fit that description. So if you want to change that, 85%, those automatic negative thoughts, here's what you must do. And this is not easy to do. Actually, it is easy to do. Actually, no, it's not easy to do. It's simple to do, but it's not easy. That's the way I want to say it. It's simple. Is that you must change what you are habitually, automatically putting into your body. And when I say putting into your body, I don't necessarily just mean food. Food is part of it. Because if you eat a lot of junk food, that's obviously not helping you. You already know that. I don't need to explain that. This is not a diet and nutrition stream. But also what you're putting into your mind. What are you consuming every day? What are you listening to every morning? What are you listening to in the afternoon? What are you listening to when you're driving? When you can listen to whatever you want, what are you choosing to pay attention to? What are you reading? Are you reading TMZ blog posts, or are you reading blog posts that can help you do better in your business, or do better in your relationships, or be better in your life? Are you reading books, or are you reading some trash magazine that Us Weekly that's telling you what some celebrity had for lunch last Tuesday when the paparazzi caught pictures of them? What are you consuming on a day-to-day basis? What are you putting in your body? If you change what you're putting in yourself on a day-to-day basis habitually, you will change the way that you start thinking. This is a guaranteed absolute fact of the universe. This is not a theory. This is not something you got to go ask somebody about. What do you think about this before you try it out? Remember, we talked about decision making. Make the decision to start changing what you're putting inside of yourself, what you're consuming. Make that decision to make that change. I guarantee within the next 2 weeks, it's not going to take that long. Within 2 weeks, you will start to see a difference in the results you're getting in your life. If only it's just your energy and the way people respond to you. If only it's just the way you feel when you look at yourself in the mirror. You will notice the difference. It's not something somebody's going to have to point out. People will point it out because they'll see it. But you will notice the difference. Like, yo, that's crazy. What's starting to happen to me? Understand that when you change what you're putting in yourself habitually, you consciously make a change to change a habit, you will see changes happen in your life. If 85% of your thoughts are automatic and some of them are negative, that means you're recreating negativity in your life for no reason over and over again. You don't even know that you're doing it. So if you see things in your life that are not what you want or are negative, you will call it negative. You need to change what those automatic thoughts are. Change those, you change everything. If I could take any questions, I'll take them here. My name's Dre all day. Many know me as Dre Baldwin. I got a podcast called Work on Your Game, or just type in my name, Dre Baldwin. I'm on Snapchat, at Dre Baldwin, Instagram, same name. I'm speaking in Fort Lauderdale tonight, 6:30. If you're in Fort Lauderdale, it's at the Urban League of Broward County, I believe is what it's called, 27th Avenue. Look it up. You'll find the address. It's easy to find. I'm in a traffic jam on the highway right now. That's ridiculous. They got to make another highway out here or something. If nobody got any questions, then we wrap up. Hit me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Work on your game. Dre all day. Make sure you follow me on social media, Snapchat. You see it right there. The code's going to come up. Dre Baldwin. My Instagram is the same name, at Dre Baldwin. My Twitter and my Periscope, both at Dre all day. Y'all know my website, dreallday.com. Any business inquiries, hit me via email, dre@dreallday.com, or you can just send me a snap. Work on your game. Dre all day.